At first glance, crocodiles and alligators look almost identical. They both have huge jaws, armored bodies, powerful tails, and enough teeth to make you think twice about getting anywhere near them. But here's the strange part. They're not actually the same animal. One can handle saltwater much better. Their snouts look different. Their teeth are different. And even their behavior can be surprisingly different. So, what really separates a crocodile from an alligator? Let's find out. First, look at their snouts. An alligator usually has a wider, more U-shaped snout. A crocodile, on the other hand, tends to have a longer and more V-shaped snout. And there's an easy trick you can use to remember this. Think of an alligator's face as looking a little more rounded, while the crocodile's face looks longer and sharper. But their faces aren't different just for appearance. Their jaw shapes are connected to the way they live and hunt. And speaking of jaws, that's where things get even more interesting. When an alligator closes its mouth, most of its lower teeth disappear behind its upper jaw, but crocodiles have a different setup. When a crocodile closes its mouth, some of its lower teeth remain visible, especially the large fourth tooth on each side of the lower jaw. So, if you ever see one of these animals with its mouth closed, you can sometimes identify it just by looking at the teeth. But here's the surprising part. Despite their terrifying appearance, neither animal is simply trying to bite everything they see. Their hunting strategies are much more calculated. And that brings us to one of their biggest differences: their relationship with water. Alligators are mostly associated with freshwater environments, things like swamps, lakes, rivers, and wetlands. Crocodiles can also live in freshwater, but some species are much more comfortable around saltwater. And the reason is pretty amazing. Crocodiles have special glands that help them get rid of excess salt from their bodies. Alligators don't have the same level of salt excreting ability, so crocodiles can spend much more time in salty environments. This is one reason crocodiles can live in a wider range of habitats. But there's another difference that might surprise you even more: their behavior around humans. In general, alligators are considered less aggressive toward humans than many crocodile species. That doesn't mean an alligator is harmless. Absolutely not. A large alligator is still an extremely powerful wild animal. But crocodiles, especially some of the larger species, have a stronger reputation for aggressive behavior. And this makes sense when you remember how they hunt. They are ambush predators. They can stay almost completely hidden. They wait patiently and then strike incredibly fast. So, if you see one sitting quietly in the water, don't assume it's relaxing. It may simply be waiting. Now, let's talk about size. There are many different species of crocodiles and alligators, so their sizes can vary. But the largest crocodile species can become enormous, much larger than the typical American alligator. However, size alone isn't a perfect way to identify them. A small crocodile can obviously be smaller than a large alligator. So instead of asking, which one is bigger? Look at the snout, the teeth, and the environment. Those clues are much more useful. So, here's the easiest way to remember the difference. Alligator: wider, U-shaped snout, mostly freshwater. And when its mouth is closed, most of its lower teeth are hidden. Crocodile: longer, V-shaped snout, better adapted to salty environments. And when its mouth is closed, some of its lower teeth remain visible. They may look like twins, but once you know what to look for, the differences become surprisingly obvious. And the next time you see one with its mouth closed, don't look at the eyes. Look at the teeth, because they might tell you exactly what you're looking at.